take a step back and watch.
Today we're trying out a new foundation because there's so many goddamn foundations coming out. This one's from Etude House. It's the double lasting foundation. And apparently the lowdown on this one is that it was available only online, but because it got so popular, they made it available offline in their shops. So I'm going to be trying it out today. So it's not technically like new, but it's the first time I heard about it. So yeah, it comes in 5 shades. I got mine in tan. It's in this glass bottle, and apparently it's a dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I'm all about that life because I did try Estee Lauder several years ago and I really liked it, but that shit was just a sample, so I'm not spending $50 on like one foundation. He says he spends $500 on pony makeup. And actually alongside the foundation they were selling this sort of like beauty blender sort of sponge with it, but I'm not going to be bothered to buy it, so I'm just going to use this sponge, which is like very similar in texture. It's the Pony Effect Pebble Blender. So I'm going to shake this up first. It comes with a pump, which is a good thing. Let's see. Oh, that's where I wanted it. That's exactly where I wanted it. So the consistency is pretty thin. So I can tell this is probably going to be one of those thin, high coverage, long wearing foundations. I got mine in the shade tan. I don't know if I already said that. Okay. Okay, the color is really good. For reference, I'm like a MAC NC 20 to 25. I like this so far. Let me see, does this have SPF? It's SPF 34. That's such a random number. Here it says the long-lasting foundation provides perfect cover and thin fitting feel. So I was right about the whole, the way that it feels. So I want you to shake the bottle. Don't you love how I'm reading instructions like after I'm applying it? So they want you to shake it, take an appropriate amount, gently apply in the direction of skin texture. Foundations in Korea always say that, I never know what that really means. And then after blending it, they want you to pat it into your face with your fingertips to increase adherence and absorption into skin. So, I mean, ooh, it's already like set. I'm hoping that this stays like this all day and it's not another one of those Clio water kill situations. So there's one like pump. Actually, no, that wasn't one pump. That was like one light layer, we'll say, all over the skin. I really missed liquid foundations. I was using so many cushions for a while that I forgot how much I like liquid foundations. Let me add one more layer. Got a little bit more. And I don't feel too bad about putting like too much because since I'm using a sponge, it's gonna absorb any excess product. That's why I really like using sponges. They help you a bit when it comes to layering because if you accidentally put too much, it'll absorb most of like the excess that's just sitting on top of your skin. It kind of has like a makeup-y floral smell, if that makes sense. It's covered up this redness that I have here. I don't know if I'm in focus or not. I'm not wearing my contact lens, so I can't really see what's happening on my monitor. So I'm sorry if I'm out of focus. All right, so there it is, blended with my sponge. It has a really natural finish. I mean, it doesn't look like super makeup-y, but I can tell I have makeup on my skin. Pat it in with my fingers and blend in. This technique of blending the foundation in with your fingers is a really good technique in general. When you apply base all over your face, I tend to just do this with BB creams and liquid foundations. So I'll apply it all over the skin and I'll blend it in with my fingers so that, you know, one, there's not any excess residue sitting on top of the skin, and two, this helps with lineage that might happen around the eyes or on the forehead. But of course, with more drier formulas, you run the risk of it flaking while you're doing this. So you can like warm it up in your hands, patting it in. You can kind of sweep across your face. All right, so that makes for a pretty good, natural looking, I guess, everyday base. I'm gonna finish with the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished. Right now it is 2:45, pretty late in the day to be testing this, but whatever, we'll see. My main concerns is that it will dry out, get into my fine lines, sink into my pores, you know, everything. But hopefully it does not do that. I did not powder this, but you know, my eyeshadow, my contour and stuff did blend like normally on my skin. So I actually also didn't use concealer, but I am pretty satisfied with the coverage. I probably should have put some under my eyes though, because that tends to be the area where it fades quick. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll see you guys in my next update. Here it is in natural daylight. Like I said, I got this in tan. It's a pretty decent match. It is not tan though. Etude House is usually pretty good about having slightly more medium skin tone foundation shades, but I'm surprised they didn't have more shades in this one. I wouldn't say it's the most like skin-like foundation I've ever used, but that tends to be the case with these really long-wearing foundations like a double wear by Estee Lauder or Vichy Derma Blend. I'm just happy that it's not looking flaky and gross right now, so I was just recording over there, so nothing's really changed, but yeah. Alright guys, look. This thing, like, the thing is, this foundation is not looking like patchy or like flaky or like gross. It's just, it doesn't look like skin. Like, it's sitting on top of my skin rather than like blending and being in synergy with us. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, so it's 5:21 the evening. I had a little nap. And the foundation had a little bit of time to like settle in with my oils. A little bit. I mean, it's a little bit better, but it's still looking like makeup-y to me. But I mean, it's holding up pretty well. Like, it hasn't faded or anything. It hasn't creased or cracked or settled into pores, so I mean, it's good in that sense. Alright guys, it's 6:41 in the evening, and this is probably gonna be my last check-in of the day before I come back home, because I'm probably gonna go clubbing. Not clubbing, but I'm just gonna be out tonight. So yeah, so far at this point in the day, it's where I would like foundation to be, where it's like kind of sunk in with like my natural skin oils, and it's looking really good. It looks more natural now. It doesn't really look like foundation anymore. It just looks like my skin. So I can see this doing pretty well in more humid climates, where your skin is going to have that moisture already. In my room, it was quite cold because I had my air conditioner running on for quite a bit, so that might have had to do with the dryness that was occurring earlier. So yeah, if you have dry skin, I'd probably avoid this at all costs. Hopefully I can update you like when I come back home. So alright guys, so it is 3:33 a.m. I'm too lazy to set up my regular camera, so sorry. But I have to say, I love the foundation. It looks like a little bit of the coverage left like the middle part of my face, but overall it looks like the same as it did around before I left the house. So yeah, my final thoughts on this are kind of the same as in my last update. I can see this doing really well on a person with oily skin. If you have dry skin, you might want to moisturize really well, maybe use an oil under the foundation. I love it. What I didn't like was just how it took so long for it to like look skin-like. It was kind of sitting on top of my skin like in the earlier part of the day, but if you're in like a really humid area, like I said earlier, it'd probably fare better and look more natural. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, and I'm ready to go to bed. So if you want, you can follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, both of which I'll link down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!